Warning. This video contains spoilers for the new games Pokemon X and Y on Nintendo 3DS. If you've not yet reached the point in the game that this video covers, proceed at your own risk. Pokemon rules.
Hi everybody, welcome to our next vlog on Pokemon X and Y.
What up?
Spoiler-free,
Yo, no, it's not spoiler free. It's the opposite of that.
Opposite,
We're gonna
spoiler-filled.
spoil everything.
You're about to get.
Yeah, last time we ended in Camphrier Town.
Yep, just
moving right
walking
along. We've already beat the first gym. We've already done the first bit of Lumio City, right?
Right.
And then what was the little story bit that we did?
The little story bit, well, we met the professor, we got our Pokemon.
Fought Tierno.
That's
what it
all
was.
that.
And we got the roller skates. And now we're in Camphrier Town. It's like a little town.
It's cute. It's
nice.
It's little, it's cute. And basically everyone you talk to is like, you should go to Chateau Castle.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious what needs to happen.
Right.
And so, of course, after you talk to everybody and they all tell you that, you go. And it turns out Chateau Castle is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's all empty and stuff. And I'm like,
okay, well, it's not a bummer. It's
not
cool.
even-
It's cool because it's like a classic, like, deserted castle in Europe.
Right. But then I was like, there's nothing in here. Where's all the items? Where's all the loot?
Turns out there's another place called Parfum
Palace.
And the owner of Chateau Castle
Is in debt to Parfum Palace.
Yeah, and so it's kind of a situation. It's like an oddly realistic, like.
It's like I had to sell all my stuff so that I could pay my castle rent.
Times are tight, yeah.
And then you're like, well, do you know anything about Megastones? And you and Shauna are like, come on, tell us. And the guy's like, I don't know anything. And Shauna's like, well, this was a waste of time.
And it's literally just that.
Yep. And then you leave.
Yeah. I don't know if we even mentioned that, like, you're on the search for Megastone
Right.
info.
I don't think we did last time, but Professor Sycamore
That's pretty
was
much
like,
what the task is.
right.
Rather
Professor
than
Sycamore says, go find out about these mega evolutions.
Well, yeah, because like normally it's like fill the decks or whatever. The decks. But in this case, like everybody has like their own personal life goal, so it's just like let's figure out about this thing that's happening right now.
Find out this mystery.
So you leave the castle, you head down Route 7. It's called Riviera Walk. It's beautiful. It's nice, and then oh no!
Oh, there's a Snorlax on the bridge.
Yeah, another sort of allusion to Gen 1. There's a Snorlax, and you all know that he needs to wake up with the Poke Flute.
Right.
And
unfortunately, it's in Parfum Palace
it's
because
one
it
of the
belongs to
things-
Chateau Castle.
it's one of the things that he sold to them, and so now you go from one castle to the other castle.
to find the Poke Flute.
And before we talk about the castle, I want to quickly talk about that route leading up to the castle, to Parfum Palace, because it's a neat route.
Yeah.
Because it's
like a straight shot.
Yeah, like we were talking about last time, it's kind of like more of there's kind of an option situation going on. And if you go in the grass, you can already catch a Honedge.
Honedge and Esper.
Yeah, two really cool, good Pokemon from Gen 6.
Right.
And but you don't even have to go in the tall grass.
Because you can just go straight down the garden path, and there's a couple trainers there. Something like jumped out of the
Like
bushes
a few,
at me.
like it's like a few battles versus like all the wild battles, all
Right,
the items,
right.
and it's that tall grass.
I took the main castle path going there, and then I took the tall grass going back.
That's exactly what I did. I did like 2 loops around, like through the grass, fought everybody.
Caught my Honedge there.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so then you get to the castle, and the castle looks cool.
It's beautiful.
It's
huge.
It's like mega Europe, you know. It's like everything in a European castle, but like on a crazy scale. There's like very like specific pieces of art and specific pieces of landscaping that are like, oh, this is a statue of a Golurk, and like all this other stuff.
Golurk with a sword.
I don't even want to tell you.
Honedge.
I mean, I know the answer to why those Pokemon are there, and I don't want to tell you, listeners.
Not yet.
Just yet. But it's really a neat castle. Like it has like all kinds of cool like
trivia. It's like, oh, this Bisharp statue, this one led a troop of Poniard in the war, and you're like, what war?
yeah, and along those lines, like a lot of people in the castle talk about this war that happened 3,000 years ago.
That's all
and
the
it
info
seems to reflect like the European influence again of like, just constant fighting. But like I like it because it seems to shed a little bit more light on, because it's so far back, it like shows a little bit more about like the history of people in Pokemon. It shows a little bit more about like the way politics work in this world, and it confirms there is just like killing and like land grabs, and it seems like actually that Kalos was at war with Unova, like a little bit.
Really?
Like
Did you get
that's kind of the vibe that I got.
Interesting.
And so that's in my brain. But other than that, in the castle, there's the owner, which I forget his name.
I don't know.
But he's kind of an ass.
Like a.
He's like a prick. He's like a S head.
Yeah, he's like, my frou-frou is gone. You have to find my frou-frou, and sends you out the back of the palace to.
And you do the classic, like Zelda or like.
Well, actually, this was to me. It was like a total callback to the Farfetch'd finding in Ilex Forest. You're like trying to corner a Pokemon. You try to corner the frou-frou in the hedge mazes. Yeah. And then you end up having to like pincer it between
But it was so unnatural though. It was like stand right here. Now stand right here. Like, you know what I mean? Like the dog wasn't like reacting. You were just kind of like doing, I don't know. It basically just told you what to do. But it was cool. It was cool. It really did feel like the Farfetch'd thing.
Right. And then when you win, you get treated to fireworks. Yay!
And let's not forget about the hedge maze in the back of the castle that you like walk through and talk to like the gardeners and stuff. And you find out some other interesting things that I can't.
Oh, there's a statue of Zekrom and Reshiram in the backyard.
Yeah.
The hedge mazes themselves are actually Pokemon when viewed from above.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's
sprites?
Yeah, well, not sprites, but like pictures of them. Like one of the hedge mazes is Chandelure.
Oh, wow.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go and you get a beautiful fireworks display.
And it's kind of the little inklings of a little romance between
your character and Shauna. Okay, how did you feel?
No, Serena.
Shauna, the girl with the pigtails. You mixed up her name a couple times last time too. So
no, I'm talking. Serena is
your rival.
Yeah, that's the girl that you are with, right?
No, you're with Shauna.
No. The
girl in the pink dress.
Don't you even tell me that.
You're not because I played the girl character and I was with the girl.
But I was with the boy. I mean, I'm a boy and I was with the girl, and it was like a little.
It's Shauna. It is definitely Shauna.
There's no way. I want to hear in the comments who it was.
It's absolutely Shauna, and I know because of what I was going to talk about.
Maybe okay. Well, all right. Let's find out.
Okay, because Shauna is with you in the castle, and there's like romantic. You're like standing with her, and she's like, "I'm gonna remember this forever. Like this is so amazing. I'm gonna remember this forever. I'm gonna cherish these memories I have with you." And then
she's the one who tells you.
And then she like, I don't know, it really sounds like she likes you, but I mean, it's the same dialogue, whether you play a male or a female character. And so when she said that to me, I was like, it's like a weird thing for a friend to say to another friend. But if I was playing the male character, I totally would have got it. And so I wonder if that's just like a weird
I'm starting to actually wonder if, because this is too much, I'm starting to wonder if there's just not a romantic, like, vibe to the girl version of the playthrough, and that they replaced Shauna with they replaced Kaylin with Shauna in some scenes.
I don't think so.
Let's look. I know it's easy to look up, but right now we're in a situation where we're trapped in a bubble where we're recording, and so if you want to just tell me what the answer is to this, I would love to know, because she only played through as a girl and I only played through as a boy, and I just want to know because they're so mixed in my mind, and this was not a long time ago.
Serena is your rival. Shauna is like your little friend.
Yeah, I know, and
she totally loves you.
All right, well, let's just no one cares about this. Esper and Honedge are in the grass on the way back, which is what we did, and then you have the Poke Flute because he lets you keep it.
He's like, oh, you should have this Poke Flute
for finding
and then he's like, oh, and I don't know a whole lot about Megastones, but you should go over to the Fossil Lab in our, what is it? I have it written down here. Ambrette Town.
Yeah, Ambrette Town with the museum.
Right.
But first, you wake up the Snorlax and you fight it. And if you guys have been following the meme of him trying to get up, like, just to illuminate you really quick, there's a thing about Snorlax where if you look at all his sprites in order, it looks like it's like a short animation of him like trying to get up times to get up. But in 3D, Snorlax does stand up.
Yay!
And Snorlax is great. Snorlax is great because he has thick fat, which is a great ability. It halves fire and ice moves.
I would have liked him to get a Mega.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude.
Hey, things are still up in the air.
There's so many weird mysteries.
Lots of mysteries. We're going to have a mystery section on one of these in the future.
We're going to talk about the mysteries
because
there are a lot of them. And maybe by the time we're done with this, there will be some more answers. But who knows? Anyway, you catch Snorlax, or I guess fight him, but you should catch him.
Yeah.
And that Jack Hole shows up again and is like, you know what? You can keep the polka flute. And then he says...
You're really good at playing it.
Yeah, but he says something crappy, too. He's like, here, why don't you take this? You know, it's nice to give the poor people something. He says something crappy after he gives it to you. And then everybody's just like, ugh.
But at least Chateau Castle has polka flute back. That's really nice.
Yeah, we restored the historic flute to the Chateau Castle. But moving on, Route 7, the longest route in the game. It's great.
It's completely straight, completely long, and you don't even have to walk in the grass.
Yeah, and it's pretty.
And the reason is...
It's like the daycare. Like
the daycare is right next to it. They
it's
were
for
like,
hatching.
yes, we know that you hatch a lot of eggs. Yes, here's just a long, clear stretch of road.
I don't like that the daycare guy doesn't stop you anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't. I didn't like that either. Also, I don't like that the daycare man and the daycare lady are so young. I don't trust them.
Why?
They're so young.
I'm
the
young.
Daycare man and the daycare lady were always like super old and like wizened and like they knew about all your Pokemon. These like new guys are just like, we're young and hip and we're just married. Give us your little babies and we'll get them. And
how much of that
is
you weird. Making up that story?
Did they say that a lot of personality.
Did they say that they're just married?
No. I impart a lot of personality.
Maybe they just NPCs. Maybe they look really good for their age.
They're young. They're definitely young.
Well, I'm young.
Okay.
I'm a trustworthy
source. If you were a daycare man, I wouldn't get my eggs from you.
That's maybe the worst thing somebody's ever said to me. Also,
I'm just saying it was like shocking to me that they weren't like this cute old couple.
I know. I get it. Also on this route, it's a really cinematic route because the camera kind of tilts to the side and you can just see like across this beautiful lake.
Yeah. It's
and
nice.
To make the picture complete, you see the Battle Chateau, which you run into, which is really neat. Have you really done much of that yet?
I did like one thing in it, and then I was like, I gotta continue. So
Okay, basically what it is you go in there and you have like a title, like a regal title. Like you start off, I forget what like a Viscount or a Baron or something like that, and you battle people, and you can like send out like requests, and people like come there to battle.
Okay.
And there's like a bunch of different rooms, and you like run around and like you beat people, and they stay there for a while, and some more people show up, and then more people leave, and more people show up.
Interesting.
And there's rich people, there's poor people, there's people who are there to give you experience, and you can kind of like pay money to like make more of one or the other show up with these writs. And as you defeat people, your rank goes up, and they start throwing more challenging people in there until you finally get to the point where like gym leaders are showing up in there.
Awesome.
And the Elite Four are showing up in there. And if you have like your amulet coin and somebody's O-powering you money in there, that is the place. Pro tip. That is the place to get money in this game. You can get like $100,000 from like one battle if you're doing it right.
Dang.
But yeah, it's fun. You get experience, which is cool. And like, you know, once you get it up to high enough levels, it's a pretty solid place to train sometimes.
Great.
I don't know what the status is between experience with or without the EXP share on. I don't know if you get more or less or whatever, because I've never turned it off yet because I haven't really started training. But that would be the place
to really get you guys.
It's like a replacement for the athletes that you fight every day.
Oh, in Nimbasa City.
And but they reset a little bit more often.
Cool.
So on top of her, and then some other on top of them, and some other things that you can like do daily. There's a lot of good places to get experience. Anyway, I'm rambling.
A little bit.
Yeah. And then we get to maybe the most controversial part of Pokemon games.
The Zubat Roost.
Yeah, just like caves are the worst. But actually, in this game, they are not so bad.
Not that bad, yeah. This cave, the connecting cave, is super short. You can go in either entrance, but you still have to come out the Ambrette Town side until you go all the way around.
There's like it's like blocked off by like strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which you don't have yet. And anyway, so it's a very short little path, and it's called the Zubat Roost, which is hilarious. I bet like we were all like, oh no. Nostalgia. It's got more nostalgia points in there. It happens so often in this game. I
guarantee you it's because it's like the first one on 3DS.
Yeah.
You're trying to get those people back in.
Right.
You know, they want to make it feel familiar.
So it's a Zubat Roost, really short cave, but then you get to the next route, which is
but it's nice because you get access to some of those like cavey Pokemon. It'll fill in some of the empty type places on your team, maybe at this point. I didn't take anything from there because I am using my
I had a full team of 6 and I was like, nope, I'm good.
I had my Diggersby and he's ground type, so it's all good.
Right.
You get to the Mirai Coast,
yeah, Route 8, and
which is a really cool looking route.
Yeah, it's all up on a cliff.
Not really much to do really.
I mean, there's horde battles with the Zangooses and Survivors, which we talked about last
really
time.
Neat, yeah.
And you can also get Absol on this route. So if you're wanting an Absol, best get that. But you don't get the Megastone for Absol until like way later. This is spoiler filled.
I know, but we have to stay within our.
All right, within our bounds.
Within our realms.
Okay, it's way later.
Yeah. You also run into Sinnoh and Dexio again, who are some goofuses, but it introduces another new innovation in this game, which is
regional.
That there's 3 different Pokedexes essentially, and it's great because it makes it, in my opinion, I like it because it makes it easier to kind of like set goals for yourself in terms of catching them all.
Right, like I'm gonna do this whole this whole section, and then this,
Yeah, but it's also good because like. You know that, like, here is all these Pokemon in this area. Here's all these Pokemon in this area. So it just makes it a little bit more manageable, and it's kind of neat because, like, they're totally different, like, environments. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, a whole country wouldn't have the same animals everywhere anyway.
Right. Exactly.
So it's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Is there a downside? Do people not like it? I'm sure.
I don't think so.
I'm sure
you can get Inkay on this route.
Oh, you know what is a bummer? You know what is a bummer, though, about the new Pokédex?
What?
No more route stuff. Which I really liked.
What do you mean root stuff?
If you're trying to catch them all, right? You can in Black and White and Black and White 2. I think it's both of them. Might just be Black.
Oh,
and White 2.
You mean like habitat lists?
Yeah, those were the bomb.
Those were pretty cool. I did like those.
But I don't know why they would get rid of those. Very very big bummer.
It's like the same reason like why they got rid of Repel wore off, use another. They got rid of that too.
No.
They didn't? Maybe I have not had more than one Repel.
Yeah, I've definitely been using it, so it's there. Inkay is a really neat, weird Pokemon with really good typing that you can get in this route.
Yes.
And there's a fun way.
Dark Psychic?
Yeah, and there's a fun way to evolve it, which is to level it up. You have to hit it a level 30, I believe, and you actually flip your DS upside down. It has to be upside down when it levels up. So
very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
So check that out. Try that.
That was also around the time when my Pancham evolved into Pangoro.
And he has a weird way.
And he has a weird way. You have to have another dark type Pokemon in your party, and then level up, which worked out for me because I had Frogadier, and actually I think I might have had to level it up to Greninja in order to get Pangoro. So that was that. Anyway, though, you get to Ambrette Town, which is a cool town like on the cliff by the sea, really neat. Yeah. And pretty much right away they're like, Fossil Lab, go to the Fossil Lab.
The run-of-the-mill Pokemon Fossil Lab. It's
right.
exactly how you'd expect, except it's a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's like they're like doing things.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy in there who asks you to show him a Genesect, which I don't think you can get in the game just yet, but very curious to see what he gives you when you show him that Genesect.
There must be some item.
Mm-hmm.
Does Genesect hold an item that he needs?
No, not that I remember.
Like Grisius Orb type situation?
No.
Well, whatever. There's a guy in there who asked for a Genesect. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What else? You talked to them about Mega Evolution a little bit, right?
No, they're like, go to the Glittering Cave. It has stones in it.
Yeah. And this is the area where you change Deoxys's form.
Oh yeah. Pro tip.
Yeah. When you get a Deoxys, this is just like Sycamore's lab is where you can change your Rotom. This is where you can change your Deoxys.
Right.
And then you head to Glittering Cave via Route 9, which is the Spikes Passage.
Which is a riding route.
Yeah, the first instance of riding Pokemon in the game, right?
And it's Rhyhorn. It's very slow.
Very ungainly. It controls... I think it's supposed to be a little bit more intuitive than it actually turns out to be in practice.
Right.
I think they were shooting for something that feels like the Warthog from Halo, but it ends up feeling like Resident Evil 1, which is like those tank controls where it's like turn, go forward, turn, go forward, and that's not even really how it actually controls, but it really feels like.
And when the camera angle kind of shifts on you, and it's still like up, down, left, and right, you're like,
it's hard to like, not the funnest Pokemon to ride.
Yeah.
There
are more fun ones. Don't worry.
But also on this route, if you aren't paying attention, you might miss Helioptile, who's that cool normal electric type Pokemon.
I used him for a good chunk of the game, and then I replaced him when I found another cool guy. But I used him for a good chunk.
He's neat. Pretty fun. Without spoiling anything, I guess. But I guess his evolution is really cool looking.
It's kind of neat. It's kind of fun.
It looks like a little electric raptor.
Yeah.
He's cool. And there's also a Sky Battle available on this route.
Right. The first Sky Battle.
What do you think of Sky Battle?
I mean, they're fine. They're just a normal battle.
Kind of.
Air.
Yeah. I think that the fact that you can do it makes it cool. Like, the idea that you can have, like... I think it's enough of a cool concept that I'm enjoying it every time.
Sky Battle was the only battle in this Pokemon game that I've lost. And...
You lost the Sky Battle?
I lost a Sky Battle because when I got one, like, a little bit later on in the game, I had only a Fletchinder able to participate in the battle, and the other guy had, like, 3 Pokemon. And
Why did you say yes?
Because I was like, oh, this will be fine.
Because that's the thing about Sky Battles is that
You
there's
can say no.
there's only specific Pokemon that can do it. It's
Yes.
like the flying types, and then there's like Pokemon with levitate. I know like Haunter can do it, and some other ones. Yeah, it also gives you the option to opt out because you won't be able to use your whole team.
Right.
So great, totally unintrusive, a fun little extra thing. Totally the opposite of horde battles in my book. Though I do need to acknowledge the people in the comments who are talking about the fact that horde battle does have its benefits when it comes to EV training, because you do get a lot of EVs from one battle.
That's true.
In the old-fashioned way of EV training, which still exists in X and Y if you don't like super training.
Right.
It's a really great way to do it, and actually it's faster than super training if
Gotcha.
you can find the proper horde.
Should we talk about super training a little bit?
Sure. I mean,
Well, I think we were going to talk about it next time because today we're going to talk about something else.
yeah. So we'll get there.
We'll get to super training probably next episode.
Yeah. So in the Glittering Cave, they tried a new thing that's really cool, which is that for a part of the cave, the cave is in 3D, and you're kind of in like a
third person,
like over the shoulder situation.
It made the cave kind of like spooky for me because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really kind of getting lost in
It
here.
really, well, yeah, it felt like a cave, and I was really into it because it felt really immersive for me because I was like, this is a whole new way of thinking about this part of Pokemon.
Right.
And it made me not get mad, even though it was pretty much the same exact thing as putting me in a cave that's like that you need to like flash or something like that. I felt really turned around, but it was good.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like, oh my gosh, have I gone
It made
this
me
way
like
before?
it made me like learn and think, and like the battles would be like, like,
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
But it's actually not the whole cave.
Yeah, the next area goes back to like a normal zone.
Yeah. And in this cave, there's Kangaskhan, which is cool. It has a Mega Evolution.
Cubone.
Cubone is in the cave. Mawile.
Yeah, Mawile.
And
like a bunch of others. Solrock, Lunatone, just like a bunch of...
Yeah, dudes. Like some Gen 3 guys getting their faces seen. And this is the first time that you run into Team Flare.
Is this it?
They go like... I think it's like some hand shape.
No, they're like...
Yeah, but isn't it like they go like... So that they can make the... Because you know that thing that shows up? I think they make it with their hands.
But they do go like this.
They do this?
Yeah, they're like...
I don't know. It's dumb. But they look neat, kind of.
They're like silly.
If you like Space Channel 5 or like Jet Set Radio or something, they kind of look like that.
Space people.
But they seem kind of stupid at first.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, let's do this with style.
I don't want to spoil like what the story is because we'll get there, but like at this point they're just like, everybody's stupid. We're the ones, and it starts to feel a little culty. A little bit of I think that they kind of represent like
mindless followers.
Some issues that have to do with organizations in the world, like
people mindlessly following, just
like there's certain things like Scientology is this way. It's like a very often criticized, religion, and in this game, you find out as you talk to people in Team Flare that they have to like
pay to join.
Yeah, and there's some other analogs. I mean, how much do we know about Team Flare? Do we want to talk about who the leader is yet?
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to talk about it then. But are you sure we don't know yet?
Oh yeah, we don't know yet.
Okay, we'll find out later. But there's just like a lot of like very like they seem to be a very like commentary based team that's like kind of like talking about a few different things.
Yeah.
And I'll talk more about that when we can talk about the leader and a few other parts of it.
So you and your rival battle them, you probably win.
Yeah.
And then like
your rival and you versus like some schlub with like a
hound
coughing or something. Yeah.
So then you go around the corner and you're like, oh, we saved the scientist, and he turns around and he's like, I found fossils!
They're like, what are you talking about? I'm great. I found these.
Yeah, he was like not lost or in any danger, so you're like, oh, okay.
And he offers you the coolest.
The best fossils.
There's some of the
any generation.
Well, I'm not willing to give up Aerodactyl, or maybe not Cradily. We'll see. But they are freaking sweet. The first one is, what's his name?
Tyrant
and Amara, who are both just delightful.
Just great. I got Amara.
Amara's rock ice, and Tyrant is ground dragon, and he looks like a T-Rex. He's awesome. And he has that ability where his jaws make it so that bite moves do more damage than they normally do. And
Amara has a special ability called Refrigerate, which turns every normal attack into an ice attack.
Talking about Hyper Beam or Giga Impact or whatever.
I'm using Return right now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Good.
That's pretty
competitive.
Maybe we'll see. She has pretty bad typing for competitive battling.
Yeah, weaknesses are pretty.
Rock and Ice is not a good combo. But you do love your Amara.
I do.
And what better way to segue into our next discussion piece than to talk about how much you play with that Amara in Pokémon-Amie, which is a hilarious pun on my friend and Pokemon in French.
Mon ami.
Mon ami. And basically what it is it kind of just makes...
It's like Nintendo.
Yeah, it makes Pokemon into Nintendogs. And you can pet them and touch them and
feed them
and talk to them.
Play them and copy their faces. Okay, so I didn't care about Pokemon-Amie even a little bit. I was like, I'm not going to use this.
I'm still pretty...
Okay, but then I didn't care about it. And so I was like, I got my Amara, and I was like, I love this thing. It's so cute. Okay, I'll try out this Pokémon-Amie thing. Like, whatever.
Fast
forward.
I'm
just like playing it, like petting it, and I'm just like, oh, how fun. This is fun. And all of a sudden it like perked up because it heard me, and I was like, and then my mind just blew up. And I started talking to my Amara, and I started making the face at her, which if you have tried to do the face matching game, the facial recognition is not great. And so it's like, open your eyes wide, and you're like, but it still doesn't register, and it's like, make a big smile, and you're like, ah! It's the funniest thing. I want to record everyone trying to play that.
The other day, Kelly was tweeting pictures of herself trying to make the faces, and some people were tweeting her back. So if you want to.
Tweet your Pokémon-Amie faces
at Pokekills. So funny.
I would love to see them.
So funny.
Stupid faces are like my favorite thing.
So yeah, Pokémon-Amie for me is still a little bit of a thing that's like a battleground in my brain because it's not happiness. It's a different thing, and it
it's affection, and it does affect battles a little bit. But
they look at you in battle. They shrug off. Look at you. They shrug off status effects sometimes. They crit more often. They dodge.
And you get a little bit of different dialogue, and when your Pokemon really likes you or really has high affection for you, it'll be like instead of just being like use Thunderbolt, it'll use Thunderbolt, and then your little character will be like, I knew you could do it, and it's just like, oh, it's so sweet.
It finally kind of crosses that one last gap between like the reality of being a Pokemon trainer in a game, which is that like they always talk about how important the bond is between you and your Pokemon, but you never really have a way of.
And you know what? It kind of worked. I have an Aurorus now, and I have not taken her out of my party.
Yeah.
Because she's my favorite thing in the world, and like I talk to her during my battles, and then I do the Amie with her all the time. I just like talk to her.
I wonder if it can hear you during the battles.
That would be crazy. I don't think it can though.
Here's my worry though, is that it's going to bleed into competitive battling.
You think that it's going to have like a big effect on
I don't know because I know that they're probably not going to program that into any sort of online client like the one we use. And I don't know the answer. If anybody does know, I'd love to see in the comments whether or not it's going to affect competitive battling, because that will make me negative on it. But right now I just kind of like don't care about it, and I'm charmed by it a little bit. It's fun to like watch them go like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like.
And then they eat the cakes, and if you feed them too much, they're like, no.
Yeah. But
so cute.
But in my mind though, it's whatever.
It's so cute.
But I mean,
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, to each their own. Obviously, we're different types of Pokemon players. But speaking of comments, as promised, we have now realized that this first gym to the second gym is a buttload of content. So we have some questions ready from you viewers that we are going to answer right now.
To end this.
To wrap it up.
Vlog up.
So starting right off with a question from Pick Me 152. Hi, Pick Me. The question is, did you guys play from Gen 1 all the way through to Gen 6? Or did you drop off like me and a bunch of used to players and then start back up in the last couple years?
Well, I guess I will start this. I've played every Pokemon game through. But there was a time where I did kind of like stop playing a little bit, and that was actually after Gold and Silver. I like stopped because I didn't have a DS, I didn't have a Game Boy Advance. I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, so I couldn't play Ruby and Sapphire. And then I got one used, and my brother for my birthday got me Ruby. And then I played like that and Gen 4 and in quick succession. And then I was just like fully back on the train, and I played Black and White 2, and now X and Y. And I just get rolled into it more each time.
The closest I ever got to not playing a generation was that I missed Gen 4's release by like a few months, just because I was like in school or something. Little did I know that Gen 4 would almost break me as a man. But
that's a story for another day.
Yeah, I never stopped playing. I've loved Pokemon the whole time. It's great to see like whenever a new game comes out, it's fun because everybody that I know like kind of like picks up Pokemon again for a little bit, and it feels like I'm a kid for a minute, and that's great.
Right.
But yeah, moving right along. Zero Chiba Ochiba writes, what nicknames did you allow your Poke friends to call you?
All right, because they ask you what nickname.
At the top, they like there's like a few choices.
They're like, friends give each other nicknames. What's your nickname?
And literally, no matter what's going on, no matter what emotions are flying around,
they always call you your nickname.
Always call it.
It's like the world is about to end.
Yeah.
And like things are crashing down around you, and they're like, "Yo, Puffs."
Yeah.
We gotta go do this.
So what's Puffs? Is that your fake one that you made up just now?
No, yeah, it was a fake one. It's not one.
So what is your name in the game?
My name in the game is Kells, and I couldn't think of one, so I just had them call me Pokekells.
Did you have them call you Pokekells?
I just had them call me Pokekells. I was thinking like K-Dog.
That's exactly my thought, and I made mine A-Train.
A-Train.
A-Face was another one that I was thinking about doing.
A-Face.
It's because my last name's Fasciani.
Oh, I see.
But I ended up with A-Train. I kind of regretted it immediately, but also it's...
Because like, yeah, A-Train.
Yeah, but also it's a little bit funny every time.
Right.
Like yours, I mean, everybody calls you Pokekells anyway.
Yeah, so...
But like, A-Train.
I like in my brain, because you know how I impart and pretend that I'm actually part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
In my brain, only my friends actually know that I do a Pokemon show. Nobody else does. I'm just like a normal guy.
Hilarious.
Anyway.
Moonlighting. Yeah, moving on.
I want to read this question.
Okay.
Oh wait, which one?
This
What's
one.
next? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Austin Hodenfield. Hodnafield?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
It's okay.
I really do apologize.
It's okay. I'm sure that we'll hear about it if we...
Asks,
Yeah.
Are the two of you related in any way?
We're dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the answer.
Unconfirmed.
Yeah, for like 2 years we've been dating. It's great. We like each other.
Yay!
Hilarious. Josh Tehera?
Take Sarah?
I don't think it's Take Sarah. I think it's
Josh, take Sarah away.
Josh, let us know what the correct pronunciation of your last name is. He writes, I found a shiny Skiddo today, and why?
Woo!
Yeah!
It's so cute, isn't it?
And then, yeah. What color is it?
It's got like shiny gold on it. Instead of, it's like horns are yellow.
Oh, great.
It's very cute.
Speaking of shiny Pokemon, do we ever get a final verdict on the monochrome Pokemon?
There's something floating around about monochrome Pokemon.
I've seen some pretty shady looking screenshots that maybe like because shinies are less rare, now there's the super rare monochrome Pokemon that are like black and white.
But we don't know.
I don't know if it's real. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments.
Josh's question, though, however, was...
Anyways. Yeah. He actually wrote anyways.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys have any favorite pieces of music from the games so far? I love talking about music in Pokemon games.
Yeah.
I hand-selected your question because of that, so good job. Right now, I really liked Geosenge Town, which we'll get to a little bit later on this vlog, and Snowbell City, which we'll get to much later on this vlog.
I really liked the main song. They're like
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I like that one a lot. As far the other ones, I'm charmed by the whole soundtrack, but none of them have been like super big standouts for me yet because I probably haven't played with the sound on enough yet because I'm always around people and I feel like it's annoying to them.
Right.
But I will eventually spend countless hours training in my room at night, and the only thing that keeps me going is the fact that the music is good. So that's that. But moving right along, the final question today is from Cornnap1, who asks, do you like pie? You like pie?
I love pie.
I like pie. I hate cake.
I hate cake too.
I really do.
That's why we're dating.
It's the only reason. But real talk though, if you ever want to celebrate my birthday with me, the way that you're going to impress me is by bringing me a delicious cherry pie or delicious apple pie.
I'm partial to peach myself.
Peach pie is great. Pecan pie is great. Mincemeat pie is great. There's all kinds of great pies.
What a great way to end this day.
I'm gonna get some
Talking
pie.
about our pies.
Yeah, I want to go to the House of Pies now in LA. It's great. But
anyway, please ask more questions. I'm sorry we didn't do it the first episode, but like, ask us more questions about anything in the world that you want.
Yeah,
to know.
we'll do these every time.
Yeah,
from now
we'll
on.
do these every time, yeah.
So and we're gonna try not to like do doubles.
Yeah.
So keep asking them, and we will do our best to answer them. In any case, that pretty much wraps it up for today. Where did we leave? The fossil
We left
lab?
off after getting your fossil Pokemon.
Okay.
And then the time is to move on to the next route in the next gym.
Great. So I'm Alex.
I'm Pokekills.
I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.